Hey everyone! Welcome back to another episode of Nighttime Mics. I'm Mike, and as always, I'm joined by my wonderful co-host, Sarah. How's it going, Sarah?
Hey, Mike. I'm doing well, though I have to be honest, I'm feeling a little bit sleepy today, which is actually perfect because that's exactly what we're talking about in this episode, right?
It really is. It's like you planned it. Today, we are diving into the world of feeling tired. And I don't just mean I stayed up late watching a movie tired. I mean that deep, I need 3 coffees just to remember my name kind of tired.
Oh, I know that feeling all too well. It's something almost everyone deals with, but we don't always talk about why it happens or how to handle it. It's funny, isn't it? We have all this technology to make our lives easier, but we seem more exhausted than ever.
I know, right? It's a total paradox. You'd think with washing machines and grocery delivery apps, we'd be napping all day. But instead, we're just filling that extra time with more work or more scrolling on our phones.
Exactly. I actually read somewhere that the average person sleeps way less than they did 50 years ago. But before we get into the heavy stuff, Mike, on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being ready to run a marathon and 10 being falling asleep standing up, where are you right now?
Honestly, I'm at about a 6. I had a decent sleep last night, but the afternoon slump is hitting me hard. I'm at that point where I'm staring at my computer screen and the words are starting to look like little ants crawling around.
The afternoon slump is the worst. For me, it usually hits around 3 p.m. I call it the danger zone. If I sit on a comfortable couch at 3 p.m., it's game over. I'm out like a light.
Out like a light. That's a great idiom. It just means falling asleep instantly, right?
Yeah, exactly, like flipping a switch. I wish I could be like that at night, though. That's my problem. I'm exhausted all day, but as soon as my head hits the pillow at 11 p.m., my brain decides it's the perfect time to remember every embarrassing thing I said in high school.
No way. I do the exact same thing. It's like my brain has a to-do list of worries that it only opens at midnight. Do you ever find yourself doom scrolling to avoid those thoughts?
Oh, all the time. For those listening who might not know, doom scrolling is when you just keep scrolling through bad news or social media on your phone, even though it makes you feel anxious or tired. It's a hard habit to break.
It really is. I've tried to give up my phone an hour before bed, but I always end up picking it back up. I'll say to myself, I'll just check the weather for tomorrow. And then 40 minutes later, I'm watching a video on how to build a giant underground swimming pool in the middle of a jungle.
That is so relatable. Why are those videos so addictive? But that brings up a good point. We often think being tired is just about not getting enough hours of sleep, but it's also about the quality of sleep, isn't it?
Definitely. I figured out a while ago that if I eat a big, heavy meal right before bed, I wake up feeling like I've been hit by a truck. My body spent the whole night working on digesting that pizza instead of resting.
Hit by a truck, another good one. It means feeling really sore or extremely tired. And you're right, diet plays a huge role. But what about the mental side of it? Sometimes I'm not physically tired, but my brain is just fried.
Oh, brain fog. That's a big one. It's when you can't think clearly or focus. I get that when I have too many things on my plate. Last week, I was trying to finish a project, plan a birthday party, and fix a leak in my sink all at once. By Wednesday, I couldn't even remember where I put my car keys. At first, I felt guilty. I thought I was letting people down. But then I realized that if I'm exhausted, I'm not actually good company anyway. I'm grumpy and I'm not really there mentally. By resting, I can actually be a better friend and a better worker when I'm actually on.
That is such a good point. You can't pour from an empty cup. You have to take care of yourself first. I've started trying meditation to help with my mental tiredness. Have you ever tried that?
I've tried, but I find it hard to sit still. My mind starts wandering. I start thinking about what I want for dinner or if I remember to lock the front door.
That's actually normal. Meditation isn't about having a blank mind. It's just about noticing those thoughts and then letting them go. Even just 5 minutes of deep breathing can help reset your nervous system. It's like hitting the restart button on a computer that's running too slow.
I like that comparison. I definitely need a restart sometimes. Do you think our environment has a lot to do with it? Like, my office has these bright, buzzing fluorescent lights that always give me a headache by the end of the day.
Oh, absolutely. Lighting, noise, and even the temperature can drain your energy. If it's too warm in a room, I get so sleepy. And don't even get me started on Zoom fatigue.
Oh man, Zoom fatigue is real. Why is staring at a screen for a 1 hour meeting so much more tiring than talking to someone in person for an hour?
I think it's because our brains have to work harder to read body language and facial expressions through a screen. Plus, you're often staring at a tiny reflection of yourself, which makes you self conscious. Do I always make that face when I'm listening? Why is my hair doing that? It's a lot of extra mental work.
Totally. I'm always checking my own camera to see if I look awake. It's exhausting. We've talked about work and technology, but what about physical tiredness? Do you find that exercise helps you or makes you more tired?
That's a tricky one. If I'm really, really exhausted, a hard workout is the last thing I want to do. But if I'm just feeling sluggish or blah, a quick run actually gives me more energy. It gets the blood flowing.
I agree. It's that initial hurdle of getting off the couch that's the hardest part. Once I'm actually at the gym or out for a walk, I feel better. It's like the body needs to move to generate energy.
Exactly. It's like a car battery. It charges while the car is running. But you have to be careful not to overdo it, or you'll end up with burnout.
Burnout is a serious topic. It's more than just being tired. It's when you've pushed yourself too hard for too long and you just crash. Physically, emotionally, everything.
Yeah, burnout is no joke. It can take a long time to recover from that. That's why it's so important to listen to your body. If your body is telling you to slow down, you should probably listen.
Definitely. My body usually tells me to slow down by making me crave sugary snacks. Is that just me? When I'm tired, all I want is chocolate and chips.
No, it's not just you. It's a biological thing. When you're tired, your body looks for quick energy, and sugar is the fastest way to get it. The problem is you get a sugar high for 20 minutes and then you crash even harder.
Guilty as charged. I'll eat a donut at 4 p.m., feel great until 4:20 p.m., and by 5 p.m., I'm ready for a nap under my desk.
I can just imagine your boss walking in and seeing you curled up under the desk with a donut box.
Don't mind me, just doing some low-level filing.
That's hilarious. But seriously, it's all about balance. We're human beings, not machines. We weren't built to be on 24/7. Even the most powerful machines need to be turned off and maintained.
That's a great way to put it. We need to prioritize winding down at the end of the day. What's your wind down routine, Sarah?
Well, I try to dim the lights about an hour before I want to sleep. I'll make a cup of herbal tea, no caffeine, and maybe read a physical book, not an ebook, because the blue light from the screen can keep you awake.
I've heard about that blue light. It tricks your brain into thinking it's daytime, right?
Exactly. It stops your brain from producing melatonin, which is the hormone that makes you sleepy. So reading a real book or even just listening to a podcast, like this one, is much better.
Hey, that's a good plug. Listen to Nighttime Mics to help you wind down. I like it. My routine is a bit different. I usually take a hot shower. I find it helps my muscles relax. And I try to write down a to-do list for the next day, so those tasks aren't floating around in my head while I'm trying to sleep.
That's a smart move. Brain dumping onto paper is a great way to clear out the mental clutter. It's like saying to your brain, okay, I've got it written down, you don't have to remind me anymore.
Exactly. It doesn't always work, but it definitely helps. We've talked a lot today. Caffeine, technology, social pressure, and even the sugar crash. It's a lot to think about.
It is. But I think the main takeaway is that feeling tired is a signal from our bodies. It's not something to be ashamed of or something to power through all the time. It's a sign that we need to take a break.
Well said, Sarah. I think I'm going to take that advice to heart. After we finish recording this, I think I'm going to go home, put my phone in a different room, and just relax for a bit. No doom scrolling, no hustling, just some peace and quiet. That sounds like a perfect plan. I think I'll do the same. Maybe I'll finally finish that book I started 3 months ago. There you go. Well, to all our listeners out there, we hope this episode didn't make you too sleepy. Or if it did, we hope it was in a good way. Remember to take care of yourselves and get some rest. Thanks for joining us on Nighttime Mics. It was great chatting with you, Mike. I always feel a bit more energized after our talks, even if the topic is being tired. Me too. There's something about a good conversation that really wakes up the brain. But now it's time to sign off.
Good night, everyone. Or if you're just starting your day, good luck with that first cup of coffee.
Take it easy, everyone. Catch you in the next episode.
Bye.
Bye.